Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today I wanted to do a real quick video talking about this little guy. So this is a little cordless vacuum cleaner that I recently picked up. This is the DeWALT DCV517B and it's a battery operated vacuum that is part of the DeWALT 20 volt tool line. So what we'll do today is we'll get this guy out of the box, we'll run it through its paces a little bit, as well as I'll show you some custom parts that I 3D printed and will make available for you as well in case you're interested in using it for your vacuum. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and rewind time and we will do the unboxing portion of this video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get it out of the box. Literally, there's nothing special about this box, standard DeWALT box, right? Here's the DCV517B. Again, this is the one where it is the tool only, right? So the battery and the charger are not included, right? Those are sold separately. Like I said, nothing special about this box. I mean, here on the back, you got a couple of specs. Again, this is a half-gallon tank. The hose diameter is 1.25 inches. We'll take a look at that in a second. The hose length, it actually extends to 2.5 feet, and the tool itself weighs 3.8 pounds, and I'm sure that's without the battery. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this guy out of the box and see what's included. Probably nothing very special, but it's always fun to open these up. Okay, so opening him up, let's see what's inside. There you go, that's it. And then what do we got? A couple of instruction manual as expected. Once again, this is probably in multiple languages. Yep, it's in multiple languages, so it's not really that thick. Hopefully it shouldn't be that complicated to operate a vacuum cleaner. What is this here? Nothing. Okay, this is just an invoice. Somehow they slipped that in there. Actually, kind of am interested to know how they got that inside the box. But anyway, that's it. Here is the unit. Yeah, it's very nice. Standard, you know, this is why I like the DeWALT stuff. It's very well built. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little piece of tape here over the on-off. Don't know why. Let's go ahead and take that off. Okay. And yeah, here is the unit. I think you can probably, oh, yep, check that out. Okay. The little tank comes off pretty easily. It's got a nice filter here. Oh, it shows how to take it off, so I guess you can probably unscrew. Oh, there you go. Look, that comes off. So here's the HEPA filter, and then look, it's even got another secondary filter, so that's nice. Here's the intake. Yeah. Okay. All right, so tell you what, let's put this together and let's go get ourselves a battery that we can plug in and give this thing a try. All right, so we've got to get a battery for this guy, and because again, remember, this is the tool only. When I purchased it, it did not come with a battery, and really, actually, the battery is almost the more expensive, and actually the part that I like about this system is that it actually is compatible with any of the DeWALT 20 volt batteries. So what that means is if you've got other DeWALT tools hanging around, you know, that are running off this 20 volt or the 60 volt 20 volt FlexVolt system, you can basically just take their batteries, all right, and use them for the vacuum. So let's just start off with this smaller battery. So this is a it's about a 25 watt hour battery. Just plug them in, and then look at that. We're in business. And again, just to show that it is compatible with the larger 20 volt / 60 volt FlexVolts. If you plug in the larger battery, this one's a much bigger, right? 180 watt hours. So this is if you really need to be vacuuming for a long time, you should have no problem. So I'll plug that guy in. There we go. So let's start with the smaller battery because it's much lighter, it's easier to walk around with and maneuver. So let's just give this guy a test. So I don't know, for testing purposes, here, I've got a dryer. This is the vent, or the, what do you call this? The filter for my dryer with all this junk on it. So let's see if this will suck it up. Oh yeah, no problem. So this is working great. And actually, here's the other test I wanted to do. I wanted to get a vacuum to suck up my kids' toys. So here's some Legos. Let's sprinkle out some Legos out here. And let's see how this works. So... Look at that, that's great, no problem sucking them up. And also, here's the other great thing. One of the main reasons, actually, I did, in all seriousness, the reason I wanted this vacuum was for actually detailing my van and cars, and there's a lot of little nooks and crannies. So this is a really nice feature that I like, is you can actually pull this off, right? And now you've got just the hose that you can maneuver. And look at that, it works great. And then you can just plug it right back into the nozzle, and now you've got a handheld system with it sucking up through the nozzle. And let's see, they all show up down here in the reservoir. There you go. See, it's just that easy. There's all your junk, you can just dump it away. The filter seems to be working totally fine. So yeah, this is working great so far. What's interesting though, one of the main reasons I ended up getting this, let me go ahead and put this one back on. Whoopsie, sorry. I think, oh, I knocked the filter a little bit wonky. It is a little bit, you have to make sure that nothing is trapped in the way when you're trying to put this back on. Okay, so there, reservoir's back on. But like I said, one of the reasons I got this is because I used to have this other kind of junky Black & Decker handheld vac, and you can kind of see it's for size comparisons. It's actually, you know, it's shorter, but it definitely is bigger and kind of a little bit more bulky. But this vacuum, using it for detailing cars and whatnot, it really sucked. Meaning it didn't work so well. I'll show you. You turn this thing on and see, look at that. This guy, it can't pick up these Legos, but this DeWALT is working great. If I just flip this puppy on, yeah, that is much, much better. So, I really like that. And again, the thing that makes this thing so great is that the battery is hot swappable. So again, when I'm going through and detailing and vacuuming out an entire room or an entire car, if the battery runs out earlier with my old vacuum cleaner, with this silly thing, I would have to go and sit this thing on its own custom charger, wait half a day for the silly thing to recharge before finishing the job. But now, when this battery goes out, all I do is just pop this thing out, right? Go get another battery or start with a giant battery, pop them in, and we're ready to go. So again, this is great. Let's go ahead and out of curiosity though, maybe I'll shove the smaller battery in. And let's weigh this. I am kind of curious to see. It's definitely heavier than the old one. So let's just go ahead and weigh this with the battery in. Okay, so there you go. I don't know if you can read this, but you know, about 2.1 kilograms. Okay, and now let's see if the older Black & Decker vacuum, you know, 1.2 kilograms. So this thing is almost double the weight, but you definitely get a lot more performance out of it. So I'm very happy with this. All right, so let me show you where I store the vacuum. So I just keep it down here under the sink. In fact, I built this custom bracket right here. So this bracket right here is just a 3D printed part. In fact, if you're interested in this part, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can download the CAD file and print it out yourself. Because interestingly, this vacuum, again, did not come with any way to easily mount it to the wall. But, you know, making a little bracket like this makes it awfully convenient to just be able to drop the vacuum like such and keep it mounted. I guess while we're talking about 3D printed items for the vacuum, the other thing that I really like about this vacuum is the fact that, again, you can pop the hose out and you've got basically a flexible tube that you can use to suck things up. Now, the diameter of this hole is actually 1.25 inches exactly, and I believe that's a standard sort of vacuum size. So you can actually go ahead and purchase accessories that if you want little extensions or different attachments to go into this 1.25 inches, you totally can. Or do like what I did, and again, I just designed myself a couple of these attachments for the vacuum and 3D printed them myself. So for example, I can get a little extension with a little tiny nozzle if I'm trying to get into a couple of locations in the car or tight little spaces. So again, it's pretty darn handy. And again, I'll leave links to all of these parts for all of my attachments that I made that you can then also custom print out and modify for your own purposes, as well as for the bracket there, so you can store the vacuum easily. All right, so there you have it. This is my look at this little DeWALT DCV517B cordless wet dry vacuum cleaner, and I am thrilled with it so far. It was a little bit more expensive than most little vacuums, especially considering the fact that it does not come with the battery, right? If anything, the batteries are almost like the more expensive part, but you know, I think I paid about $80 for the tool only at the time of this video. Now, that being said, the fact that the batteries don't come with it and are external is actually the part I really like most about this vacuum, because if you're already invested in the DeWALT 20 volt line, as you know I have actually several other videos talking about some of the other DeWALT products that I've purchased over the years that are compatible with this battery system. So if you already have a bunch of these batteries lying around, and like I said, if you're invested in this ecosystem already, it makes perfectly good sense to get a nice, well-made, high-performing vacuum that if the battery goes out or dies, you're not gonna have to get rid of it, right? Like, that's what I used to have with this old Black & Decker one, where this one was lighter, it didn't perform as well, and now that the battery has completely died, I can't do anything with this. I'm forced to get rid of this. I'm actually gonna have to probably just donate this to like a charity or throw it out, and that just doesn't feel the greatest. It feels much better if I can just keep the tool and just maybe potentially just swap out the batteries. So, yeah, that's my take on this vacuum. Like I said, we've been using it for a couple of months now, and I am thrilled with it so far. So, I think this is probably a good spot to leave it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, I also hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. Surprisingly, if you just scroll a little ways down and click on that subscribe button, it really does help me continue to make these videos. And speaking of the videos, remember, new videos come out every Monday, so I hope I'll catch you at one of these discussions in the future where we can all learn something together. So, until I hear from you again, I think I'm going to sign off for now. Talk to you later. Bye.